Hello and welcome to a special episode to celebrate Soap Week, Foodie Friday. That's right, we're going to be looking at some recipe books that have been made for soaps. I can only find Emmerdale and Coronation Street ones, but I've tried to think of some ones for EastEnders as well.
Oh, well done.
Because I'm so nice.
Gemma loves cooking. This is just an opportunity for her to talk about making
Making
delicious cuisine for the next however long this is going to take. And we've been accruing these over the years, haven't we? But you haven't bought a couple recently. I don't know anything about Emmerdale, but now we will. Through their cooking.
This book we bought ages ago because the Coronation Street updates blogspot, Corrie blog. They decided to do Glenda decided to do like a series about recipes. So we bought this so that we could do some recipes out of it. And then when we decided to do Foodie Fridays for Soap Week, I thought, oh, wonder what other soaps have cookbooks. And I honestly could not believe it when I discovered that Emmerdale has got not one, not two, but 3 cookbooks.
They are based on a farm, aren't they?
Yes. So
there's a lot of livestock to get through and scoff.
Yeah, so I don't know, should we do the Corrie one first or should we do the Emmerdale?
Yeah, no, if you want. By the way, can we just, those of you watching, if the camera's a bit wobbly, I don't know what's going on with that, but we're using like the desktop view. We got my phone perched on the back of my laptop here, so if the scale looks a bit odd, it's because it's kind of virtually projecting at our desktop despite not actually looking at it. So sorry if it looks a bit odd and, you know, go, ooh, the hands are a bit of a funny... Wow. I'm just saying, because people might be wondering what's going on here.
Right, so this is the Coronation Street cookbook. Now, each one is a bit different because this one is 1992, it was published, and it's got an introduction by Simon Hopkinson. He's actually a really big deal in the world of cooking. He's done some really influential cookbooks.
I was going to say, is that a famous Coronation Street name? I don't know.
Simon Hopkinson.
Who is he?
He's like a really famous chef. He's done loads of like really seminal books about like roasting a chicken, for example. So I thought that was really cool, and he said he's like a Coronation Street fan. But
at least he was when this was published.
Yeah.
Back, 20, 30 years ago?
Now, interestingly, these are all done as characters. So the characters do tell you about themselves in a little blurb.
Oh, and then, so it's like written from their point of view. That's quite cool.
They give you their recipes, but there's also like a little kind of biography about some of them about... It's not really to do with food, but they all theme it with a little food picture. So barbecue hints from Derek is what we've got for him. And then I think for the Corrie blog, we did one of these for...
Yeah, I think we did.
We did this Guinness casserole.
Yes, we did. We have cooked the Guinness casserole before.
Nice. So that was really nice. I can recommend this one. This is why I got confused. Remember the other day when I said Guinness was from the north of England? It's because of this recipe. It's not. I know it's not.
Famously Irish.
And so the fish and chips is a very classic one. I thought that would be a good one if you wanted to do EastEnders as well, because I think
people watching this aren't going to be able to copy the recipes down, are they? Because the resolution's not. I don't want
to infringe on copyright as well. I don't want to get in trouble. So you can buy these really cheaply on Amazon, which is where I got them. This was funny because beef and cow heel pie I thought sounded great.
I think you're not going to make me eat that, are you?
No, but this is good because Percy Sugden during the war, he does hear about he cooked it during the war. So these are probably very, very good recipes. And he also has his own version of a hot pot, which instead of having layers like Betty's, he just mixes it all up, I think. So that's interesting. Do you find that interesting?
So
Michael?
Interesting.
Now Emily does the most boring thing possible. I don't really like baking. I think it's a bit boring.
You kind of teased all the viewers by saying that the introductions are written in the style of the character, but you've not actually read any out. I'm sure that people would love to hear your best Emily Nugent impression to see what she's got to say about afternoon tea and cakes.
I do enjoy a quiet little, can't do a voice, little moment or two in the afternoon to reflect on the day's events. It's not always easy when Mr. Sugden's about, but he does always mean well, so I don't really mind listening to him.
Little tip, I don't know whether this word's going to come up or not, but if she says cook or book, Emily will pronounce it kook and book. Okay, yeah, just a little tip for you there.
Perfect pot of tea. She's got 4. I'm not going to read the whole thing. We haven't got time. Use fresh water from the kettle.
There's a recipe for how to make a cup of tea.
Add 1 teaspoon.
Blimey, watch out, Delia.
Of tea for each person. So that's tea leaves, not tea bags. Stir in the tea, put the lid on.
Okay.
Right, yeah. Emily.
So plenty of recipes
I love the fact that
for the characters from the early 90s.
I love the fact that Emily gave a recipe for tea. That is definitely an Emily thing to do. Randy Reg has got oysters and champagne. I thought
so
that
this
was
is his
great.
seduction dishes, is it?
Yeah, I can safely say that I'm a man of the world, he says. I do know how to properly impress a woman. Well, you wouldn't be impressed by oysters and champagne, so it must be for me.
I'm not a woman.
I know, exactly. Betty's Hot Pot.
Oh, it's got the actual recipe for Betty's Hot Pot here.
Right, so a pound, 450 grams of scrag end, or best end of neck of lamb, 670 grams of potatoes peeled, large onion, salt and pepper, chicken stock, and lard. Now we made
Gotta
this.
have some lard.
We made this for the Corrie blog, and it was really good. This is the recipe I always use when I. It's not fancy at all. There's loads of different recipes for hot pot.
I don't think this is actually Betty's recipe. Where's the 11 herbs and spices?
Well, you should say that, because from the book.
Was that from the Coronation Street Treasures book that you've got there?
Yeah. So,
Guys, you dropped it on the floor.
This is from this book. And this is the recipe that they give you, which I think it's very similar. So half a pound, and that's a pound, of neck of lamb, 1.5 pounds of potatoes, peeled and thinly sliced, 1 large two medium onions, 3/4 of a pint of light stock, a tablespoon of Worcester sauce, a tablespoon of flour. Yeah, so that's the difference I make.
I like how they've added the authentic
It's got
touches.
Bet's
phone number.
No,
Call
that's
for a
not
good
normal.
time.
Right, okay. Yeah, so the difference here is that she uses flour to thicken it, which is what I do sometimes. So there you go, that's the authentic recipe if you're making anything for Soap Week. Betty's bacon, she does all the bacon, she loves it. Manchester pudding, and also there's a Manchester tart recipe, because they're different.
Right.
Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
I had to put this in because it says, I've always loved bummy plot. And I hope that we don't get...
What does that mean?
It's the bonfire plot, bummy plot.
Oh, I've never heard that.
I've never heard
expression
anyone
before.
use that before.
Oh, look at Tracy before. Who would Tracy have on a bonfire these days?
Oh,
Tell you what, if
anyone.
you give her half a chance, Charlie Stubbs would have definitely ended up there.
This is a lowdown for how to make Christmas dinner. If you're
Gail.
Yeah, and then Martin just makes.
He does the what's left, the leftovers.
What else
What's
have we
Ken
got?
make? Has he got like boring
I love
dishes
Ken.
by Ken?
Ken just does wine because he's so pretentious. I love him. He's like, no, I don't make food. I just drink wine, and
Look
I get.
at him being a cool teacher here.
Yeah, I know. And also I wanted to show everybody Raquel, because this is like a really problematic 90s addition to the recipe book.
What?
Because there's
a lot of pictures here I don't actually recognise.
No, I know. Where is Sally? Obviously does boring birthday party. Right, Raquel, what?
Oh no, Raquel slimming tips.
Raquel doesn't have recipes. She has rules about what you're allowed to eat and when, and how to have
be
breakfast.
a top catwalk model if you haven't had slimming tips.
It's not easy being a model, she says. You have to watch what you eat all the time.
Wow, how times have changed.
Pies are definitely out. Is another top tip. So that was funny. What else have I got in here? Curly. I thought this chicken curry recipe is probably the sort of thing that you would have in Roy's rolls.
Yeah.
It's a very basic. It's good. Yeah, curry powder and turmeric are the only two.
This book must predate Roy's rolls. It certainly predates Roy because he's not been in it, has he?
No, that's right. Oh, and Audrey, look at her face. She does not want to be part of this recipe book at all. Her recipes are a BLT and poached egg on toast.
I kind of imagine Audrey as being a bit of a Patsy Stone sort of person that doesn't actually eat.
Yeah, she says that you might have noticed I'm not the world's greatest cook. Right, so there you go. This is quite fun. Yeah, I enjoy this book. I wish that they do an updated version. I'd like to know what Toya puts in her lasagna.
They totally should. Literally, when was this published?
92.
92. Come on. 30 odd years later, 33 years later, definitely time for an update.
Right,
just an idea, because they are still releasing
Well,
a Corrie book annually.
They've done 3 Emmerdale books. They can do.
Are we not going to look through the whole of these Emmerdale books, are we?
Yes, we are. Right, so this is by Annie Sugden. So she's the fictional character that writes this book. This is from 1984.
Right.
And so there she is.
Her?
Yeah, she is the matriarch of Emmerdale Farm.
1984, you say?
And this is really interesting because these recipes are obviously not written by anyone in particular. They're all promotional, like the Apple and Pear Development Council and the Mushroom Growers Association. So I thought that was interesting. But they are. This introduction is in the character of Annie Annie Sugden
Okay.
writing about it. And it's funny because you can tell they kind of gave up halfway through because they've got my oxtail soup and I've made it especially for Jackie. And then they're like, I can't. So, like, Dad would have this every day if he could. Another of Dad's favourites, cow heel again. And then it says...
I give it a cow heel up north.
It says here, Dad also enjoys soups greatly. Look at his face. He loves it. And then Emmerdale Hotchpotch. Now, this is named after Emmerdale, so it must be very special.
That's a good one to cook in tribute to...
It's like a lamb stew. And then it's got like, Jack never seems to get enough of this. But some of them are like, no, I'm not telling you about this. It's none of your business.
Brown onion soup. Oh, they know how to make these sound advertising, don't they? Liver dumplings.
And then some of them have like got my at the beginning, and some of them don't. And then this is Another character.
I like how we're being so much more critical of the Emmerdale cookbook because we're Coronation Street fans.
Now this is Henry's Yorkshire Rarebit, and apparently it was given to him by his wife.
Okay.
So do you Emmerdale guys love Henry and Dolly?
I think the Corrie one does best this so far.
Well, this is an 84, so I think this is a really nice snapshot of what the culinary arts were like in the decade of our birth.
Right.
Emmerdale pasties.
Yeah, I was literally being born when this book was being written, I reckon.
This is just basically a Cornish pasty.
They stole
with minced beef.
Up to Hotton.
Now, this woman does not look like she really likes the turkey fritters that have been assigned to her, but it says, Pat enjoys cooking both traditional and more unusual recipes.
That is the face of somebody who likes turkey fritters for tea tonight.
I love it. Thank you so much for this. What's for pudding?
What's that? Just looking at that, it looks like
It's my special treacle tart. My special treacle tart.
Okay. I like how they've got the little spokes on it.
You have to have a sixth of it. You have to commit yourself. Emmerdale Farmhouse bread. That's quite nice.
Oh, that's grim. What's this?
That's Barra bread.
Barra bread.
That's a traditional.
Is that? Oh, that's currants, is it?
You don't like currants.
I wouldn't have that. I like the little twirls of butter they got on there.
Oh yeah, curly bits. You can buy a special thing to make those. We used to have one of those when I was a kid. So there you go. That is the 80s in Emmerdale Farm.
Are we looking through these chronologically?
Yes, we are.
Okay. I don't know. This is your thing this evening.
I know, but I can do it myself. Alan Turner, 1995. Apparently, he was like the land manager or something. I'm not going to get this right because I only learned it today.
That book does not look like it came from 1995.
This was a beloved book. Somebody loved this book.
This has been well thumbed.
But I thought this was cool for anybody who likes Emmerdale because it's got a little map look.
Oh, I love a map.
And I don't know if it's the same on the back. Yeah, it's the same on the back and the front. And apparently, if you'd like it, you can write in.
Oh, there's Home Farm. That's where Kim Tate lives, isn't it?
Yeah.
And look, it says Kim Staples there. Wow. Fascinating.
Okay, right. So, this one is written by Alan Turner.
Does anybody else really love a map in the front of a book?
I do. I love it. You would love Lord of the Rings, but you won't read it, will you?
No.
Okay. Now.
Too thick.
For ages, I thought
I am too thick. Not the book is too thick.
For ages, I thought this poor man was the author of the book, not a fictional character.
That looks like Wendy Crozier. Who's that? Don't you think?
Maybe it is.
Like
you can look it up.
Wendy Crozier.
You can see if the actress was in both. Oh. Look at these lovely drawings. So this is different, isn't it? Because they've got drawings in there.
Yes, it looks very traditional. Oh my
who drew this?
That looks like Maria Connor. They're just stealing our characters.
John Paley drew this.
Okay.
So, for ages I thought this poor author had a dead wife, and at a certain point I thought, you are going on about it a bit more than I would be comfortable with about a recipe book about a show that I don't. But apparently Shirley was his wife in the show.
Yeah.
So that's why he's mentioning her all the time.
Oh, okay.
Wool-packed toasties.
Are these famous Emmerdale characters?
Well, in the 80s, no, when was this?
1995.
95 they were. So I thought this was nice.
Hardly
you can
dingles,
look at all these great.
But you have to read them out because there's probably.
I know. I'm getting to it. Thai chicken with. It's just got peanut butter, spicy peanut butter, and like shredded carrots and celery. Chicken and grape with curry sauce. Would you like that in there?
Chicken and grape with curry sauce. No, I don't fancy that.
You can ask for sliced bananas as an optional extra if you really want to screw your life up. Tomato, mozzarella and pesto. That's pretty good, isn't it?
I think that expression says it all there. Like, don't worry, love, you can hold the sliced bananas.
Like, damn, I forgot I could ask for bananas as an optional extra. American beef and pickles.
What are all, just out of interest, what are all these little post-it-y things that you've got in there? Are these recipes you're going to try out?
No, these are
me?
things I'm going to mention as I'm going through.
Oh, okay.
Alan's special prawn cocktail. Now this is... I often despair at the predictability of the average English diner. I would love to drop prawn cocktails from my menu, but I know that I would lose a lot of customers if I did. I have consoled myself by spicing up this perennial favourite. I would say ruining it, because he's put tomato puree, curry paste, grapes. No, you don't need that in a prawn cocktail.
I don't like prawn cocktail anyway.
This is him talking about Shirley again. Shirley, his dear wife, who's dead.
It's a real downer, isn't it?
Millstream soup. See that this is like divided up into like locations. So Emmerdale Farm is all of these recipes.
Look at that baby.
I know the baby's like, mum, you've got the knife and fork the wrong way around. Now this must be some kind of a joke.
Beauty.
This must be some kind of
hot and spicy.
regional joke.
Of course.
I know, but I don't know what it means.
What do you mean?
Hot and by.
Yeah, hot is the
all
place.
I know.
No,
That's all I know
the
about.
place where it's set.
I know, but they keep using it. They use it so many times.
Well, it's like Weatherfield, isn't it?
No, I mean they keep using it as a joke.
Well,
I can't find any more examples now.
I believe you. Oh yeah, Seth. I recognise him.
Jock McDonald's soup. That sounds nice. Did you like that?
Yes. No, it's a hare.
It's got hare, onions, carrots, turnips.
Rachel, there's a hare in my soup.
It's Jock McDonald's soups. That's why. Yeah, so they've got loads of like really nice traditional.
I do quite like the traditional.
Seth's a lot.
I like the style of this. I wasn't too sure at the
Nice
beginning.
pictures.
What is Seth doing with that ferret?
He's going to put down his trousers. It looks like.
Maybe he's pulled it out of his trousers. Maybe it's gone up the leg.
Maybe it's like a traditional northern. See, hot and juicy. You know.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I get it after a while. Maybe it's a northern joke.
There's that Wendy Crozier again.
The Glovers at Annie Cottage. Oh, this was cool. Why can't Coronation Street go on holiday again so that we can do some location
Well, I
videos?
imagine that Emmerdale also hasn't filmed abroad for a long time.
Hot and fruity.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Okay, maybe it is wearing thin.
Yeah, some like home farm. Do they like fox hunting in the show?
This is nice. So it's, the Coronation Street one
farm
had a
shop
variety of
recipes.
characters in, and this is just one.
So
but I do
spiced
like...
chutney and stuff. That's really cool. Hot and tasty.
I'm surprised they just didn't use it for the name of the book, to be honest.
Here's some bonfire night things. Halloween pumpkin soup. Lightning toffee. That's quite a nice speciality. And also, did you ever have this pink coconut ice?
I'm not such a fan of that.
Oh, I loved it.
I think people are just learning from this video that there's a lot of foods I don't like. I'm a bit of a fussy bugger.
Yeah. Dingle Delights. There you go. And I thought that lots of people, if you wanted to make something traditionally British, because
Nellie's sausage toad.
you want to celebrate British
Sounds
soaps,
nice.
yeah, Toad in the Heart.
Okay,
or
right.
whatever.
Then we got this one, right?
This
1999.
is the newest one. So this is the latest thing.
26 years old.
This is the technology edition.
The Turn of the Millennium Emmerdale Cookbook.
So this is funny. All of these, like I said, they came from Amazon, and whoever had this book before me put some bookmarks in, right?
Oh.
So they liked Bernice's Hot Pot
Yeah.
or Dingle Stew. So they must have. I hope they tried these, and then also they like the look of.
So what's kind of the
Rhubarb streusel cake or old peculiar fruit cake.
Is this written by
like this, wouldn't you?
characters?
No.
So what makes it Emmerdale then?
Well, I don't know because I don't watch the show. So
doesn't
I
look-
thought you'd like
Oh
this
my
though.
gosh, what's going on with Mandy there?
Mandy's Spice Girl stir fry. Now I think this is just called Spice Girl because it's got spices in it, but it only
Right.
really doesn't actually have any spices in it. It just has ginger, garlic, chilies, soy sauce, and then sherry.
I suppose if this is the third Emmerdale cookbook, they probably used up all the proper good recipes in the first two. I don't know whether they invented much between 95 and 99.
This is the funny thing about it because I don't know if any of these are actually things that they cook in the show.
I'm going to say I doubt it.
But I thought Deirdre probably got the recipe for baked stuffed marrow rings
From her Emmerdale cookbook.
From her Emmerdale
She
cookbook.
probably did.
So you put...
Hope she followed Seth's tip here.
Yeah.
Not everyone can be a prize gardener. If your marrows are tiddlers, you can still follow this recipe by cooking them whole. Oh, there we go.
Don't worry about it, I say.
Tell you what, Seth features quite heavily in these books.
Yeah.
He-
Yorkshire rabbit pie.
I hope he wears a moustache guard when he's cooking. Cheeseburger birthday cake. Now you're talking. What's that?
I think it's just a...
What?
I think it's just a cake that looks like a burger.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds good. So I'd have that. Okay. Interesting
I
stuff.
haven't finished yet.
Oh, okay.
Stop trying to move on. Now, these are definitely in the show because there's a picture later on of them here on this menu. So she must, I don't know if it was a big storyline, but these double porky burgers are show authentic, apparently.
Okay.
And then also, this is where it is, look, porky burgers.
All right.
Mandy once poisoned a group of quarry site protesters with their special veggie burgers. She followed a recipe that she'd found in Houghton Library and was very proud that the vegetable oil she used was low in polyunsaturates. However, she failed to cook the kidney beans properly and the end result made everybody sick.
Oh, Zach. It's not too late.
Don't eat it, Zach.
It's all right. We know survives a bit.
And all the way through this, they go on about going to Italy. Apparently, there was some kind of Italian. Yeah, there was like a Venice thing.
Actually, I seem to.
And
think...
it had a funny. It had like a dingle. It had like a dingle name.
I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure there was an Emmerdale. I'm thinking of Emmerdale where they did a special in Italy and Reg Holsworth turned up there.
Look.
Literally Reg Holsworth.
Really?
Yeah. That's just kind of stirring something in my memory banks there. I don't think I'm going crazy.
Look, the bar Dinglacey in Venice.
Ah.
So this is the tiramisu that they made there. If you really, and Marlon was apparently a chef, which I did not know.
I knew that Marlon was a chef.
Good for you.
Yeah. Is that it?
Now we're running out of like super relevant things. So I've just got some other things. So this is Sean Wilson's cookbook. He played Martin Platt, my favourite character, on Coronation Street. And he has done a couple of cookbooks. This was his first one, Great Northern Cookbook, where he does tell you how much he likes Northerners like gravy several times. There's quite a lot of an introduction here about his life.
This is a classy looking book.
Cool. There's only a few recipes in here that I thought were worth mentioning for soap-related reasons, and this is the only story that he's got in a recipe about being in Coronation Street.
Oh, go on, what does it say?
Do you want to read it?
Oh, yeah, I'll read it if you want. I once sat down to a Coronation Street lunch with all the cast to enjoy the sumptuous array of treats that were traditionally on offer. Barbara Knox, Rita Fairclough, was seated next to me and I asked her what she was thinking of eating. She immediately said, oxtail soup and chips. Together? I asked. Oh, yes, she said demurely. Have you never tried soup and chips? I tried it, but I still prefer my oxtail soup with a large chunk of brown bread and butter. I do like a woman who knows her own mind, though. The point of this story is that chips are optional.
Amazing.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
brand new Barbara Knox lore there.
I know.
If you ever wanted to woo her, soup and chips.
I think gravy and chips is it's fine. Lancashire hot pot, so Becky's
Another
hot
variation.
pot is basically a Lancashire hot pot, and this one has got kidneys in it because apparently he really likes them. And
I hope they're as optional as his chips with soup.
And he's got some herbs in here because he's breaking with tradition. I really think it tastes good without, to be honest with you. Pig in a ginnel. I've never heard of this, but it is a sausage roll.
No, I've not heard of that.
A sort of sausage roll.
A ginnel is a passageway between two houses. We know that as Corrie fans.
It says, up north, if you see a bow-legged man walking down the street, you say, he wouldn't stop a pig in a ginnel. How often does that happen?
I don't know. I'm sure Lauren was thinking it when she was being chased by Joel the other day.
Maybe. Now, this is interesting because I didn't really know that meatloaf was a traditional dish in this country. I thought it was American. But it says,
I would say American.
Dead man's leg, as we used to call it as kids, is a great northern treat.
Oh, okay.
That's really nice. And I think one more thing here. Grasmere. I thought this was funny because Grasmere drives where Audrey lives, and you've got Grasmere gingerbread biscuits used to make his orange ginger trifle.
Interesting.
So there we go. Right, so we've got one more book to go.
Is this another Sean Wilson?
No, this is just a book called... You've got blank space now.
Whoa, what's going on?
Move that thing. No. Right, this is a really good book if you're interested in...
That's not so related at all.
I know it's not, but I don't have an EastEnders one. Okay.
You found some jelly deals.
And also there might be something in here for Neighbours fans.
It's just barbecue everything if you want to be neighbours.
Right, full English breakfast recipe in here. If you want to know how to make that, that's a Roy's classic. I'm sure they've got somebody who makes that kind of thing in EastEnders.
They do have a calf in EastEnders, can confirm. Got a body underneath it.
I didn't know how much I was going to end up needing out of this book, so I did make quite a few. We might not do all of them. But this has got London in it, see? Ham and pea soup.
Right.
This might be something that you would like to cook.
Are there any like traditional East End dishes that you found?
No, not really.
What?
But I put scouse in for Brookside.
Well done.
This is it's lobscouse. It is a very traditional Liverpudlian dish. This is Irish stew though, not that. And they're all basically just vegetables and meat.
Yeah, in a thin broth.
Well, no, I think lobscouse is very thick. You kind of like mash it all up. Oh, I put this in for Welsh. I don't know how to say it, so I didn't even try. But there you go. Welsh onion cake as well. Oh, and Bubble and Squeak because of EastEnders and also Mike Baldwin.
Also Martin Platt, apparently.
Why?
There's a Boxing Day dish, isn't it? Bubble and Squeak.
Is it?
Oh yeah, and it said in the Corrie Cookbook that he was there on his Boxing Day.
Yeah, but he was making.
Treats.
I think he was just making.
Oh, right then.
Look, jelly.
It's jelly deals.
There we go. Look.
That's proper EastEnders grub. That is. I think that people should be sponsored to eat jelly deals. I wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't either. I don't really like the idea of it. Lovely fish and chips there.
Mm-hmm. That's not many chips in that picture.
No. What was the name of? Oh, it's on Corrie. We've got.
What, for your fries only?
Yeah, but it also, what was the one it used to be years ago?
Jackson's Chippy.
Yeah, is that the one that was back in the 60s?
Yeah.
Now that looks really nice. That's a really nice piece of fish, that is.
Good bit of batter on that.
You don't like that either, do you?
I don't enjoy fish. Chicken madras, I'd have that.
Now, chicken tikka masala as well. This is a speed dial recipe, I would imagine.
Oh, yes.
And I did go through and I actually made a list of all of the... I've made a folder on my phone of all of the menus that I've taken photographs of Coronation Street over the years, so I might do something with that at some point.
Well done.
Yeah. I just thought that was funny. Roast turkey, roasted bubbly jock.
Show it to the viewers.
Roasted bubbly jock,
right.
Apparently is the Scottish name.
Jock McDonald.
Victorian rhyming slang for turkey cock, which is what you want to have at Christmas, isn't it? Roast bone marrow on toast. I put this in here because there's definitely a weird thing on Debbie's. You remember she did that Goo de Chariot Square?
Oh, yes,
that
she
tasting
did.
menu. There was definitely something about roasted bones.
Okay.
So if you want to,
I like how you've been through all of these and really considered what could be soap related.
I know, I'm trying to scrape.
What about that one for tripe? Because that would be what a lot of people say represents soaps at the moment.
Oh, I thought you were going to say this
Not
video.
us, of course. But yeah,
Tripe
maybe
and
this
onions.
video as well.
Tripe and onions. I would never eat this in my life.
No.
Sorry.
But
Nahari.
that was going to make you.
Now this is I think a speciality of speed dial because it's a Pakistani dish and my friend used to make this for me.
I'm sure Yasmin
And
has
it's
mentioned
really-
nahari before.
This is like one of the best curries to make.
Gemma loves nahari.
It's very spicy, but it is my absolute favourite. And I used to eat it for breakfast.
You did?
No, they use in Pakistan.
Oh, I was going to say.
No, I think I'd be on the loo all day. Lancashire butter pie. We had some of that once, didn't we? When we went to what was the name of that fancy supermarket that they have up north?
I don't remember.
That used to be in Media City. Anyway, there.
Oh yeah, that one. I don't remember what it's called. It was such an informative video there.
Now I tried to find a because I know that EastEnders has a pie and mash shop.
Do they?
I think they do. And I tried to find like a normal, it's a beef mince pie. If you're going to make a proper London, like a Cockney East End pie, and it's pie, mash and liquor, which is a parsley sauce. And I did actually find
Have we got that?
a recipe for how to make parsley sauce. So it's like a fishy, creamy parsley. You didn't like it.
I wasn't a fan of that.
What do you like?
Cheeseburger birthday cake,
Yeah, apparently. Another Lancashire hot pot recipe. This one also has kidneys in it.
I think people should make Lancashire hot pots from different recipe books and compare. That's a good Corrie thing to do.
This has got Worcester sauce or Yorkshire relish. I've never heard of that before. And it also says you've got to serve it with pickled red cabbage, which I really love, or I really like beetroot with it too. What did I have this for? I don't remember. Pig's fry. No, we don't want that, do we? Eccles cakes, the classic. This is with a bit of cheese.
Named after the dog.
Yes, it is named after the dog. Yeah, it's just basically currants and like sugar and mace and cinnamon and nutmeg.
Are they called
in
flies' graveyards?
Yeah, something like that. And it's served here with a bit of cheese.
Okay.
Lancashire cheese, which apparently is nice and crumbly and stuff. Tottenham cake. I looked this up because this is London, see? So I thought
EastEnders.
another one. This is basically, you will remember this as just like birthday cake or school cake.
Oh, okay.
Like you know that big,
Yeah,
it's a
tray
big
cake.
tray of sponge
With the
cake.
white icing and the
Well,
hundreds
this is
and
pink.
thousands.
This is pink.
Okay.
Yes, with hundreds and thousands on the top. So that's a really nice
It should be white, really, because I'm sure that isn't the Tottenham Hotspur kit white. I don't think they go out in pink.
Here we go. This is for Neighbours. This is pavlova.
Oh, yeah, that is Australian, isn't it?
Well, there's an argument. There's an argument between Australia and New Zealand, okay? We're not going to get involved in it.
So it
because
might
we
be
can't.
Neighbours, it might be Shortland Street, is what you're telling me.
We're not going to pick. So it's basically meringue with cream and fruit on the top. How did they ever think of it? Don't ask me. Genius. Rice pudding. Now this is a proper classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rice pudding.
Anything soapy about it?
You
Or
can
do you
eat
just like it?
We can eat it while you're
While
watching.
you're watching Coronation
But it's
Street.
just, I just thought it's a famous British dish. Mm-hmm. And then again, the Manchester tart.
In the face, right in the face.
Manchester tarts are a variant of custard tart that's set in the fridge rather than baked. So the point of this is that it's got like desiccated coconut and raspberry jam on it.
See, I'd have it without the coconut.
You don't
The
like
rest,
coconut?
Very tasty.
And I think that's it really. Oh no, hang on, what's this?
Gravy.
No, we already did this page because it's parsley
Oh,
sauce.
okay.
Bread sauce because it's Joel. Look, this is why I used to make fun of Joel and call him bread sauce because look how plain and white it is and boring. I actually really like bread sauce, which is even more ironic because I was trying to make fun of him, but in the end
Well, you
I liked
ended up
him.
liking Joel.
And
Yeah.
I'm one of the few people that did.
Oh, well, there we go. There are soap related and not really soap related, but we'll put it in there anyway.
I'll put this on so
Cookbooks.
that-
We just make a little pile, make a little nice arrangement there, so that everyone can see. This isn't even a cookbook yet. I don't think we're going to be able to fit. Oh god, not my can over. Don't think we're going to be able to fit them on. We might just have to do a nice selection. Well, that was interesting. So if anyone wants to be making any nice soap related dishes during International Soap Week coming up, or
Get one of these
or
books.
indeed at any time, then get yourself one of these because they're all amazing, as you can see.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gemma, for your culinary knowledge there and expertise in
I hope-
picking some soap-related things.
I know that you were fully engaged and loved every minute of it. So
We'll be able to see from the viewers just how the graph goes and how people drop off over time.
Which recipe would you want me to cook out of these?
I'd quite like. Just make a Manchester tart, but don't put the coconut.
We already
in.
made a Manchester tart.
No, I know. I can't remember.
No,
Don't make me pick now.
I threw it in your face. Do you remember?
Yes, I do remember that.
We have a video of that if anyone's
I don't
interested.
know where that is anymore. Right. Anyway, are we done?
No, I'm just getting you to pick a recipe.
I don't know. Nothing with too much vegetables then.
Oh,
A pudding would be nice.
okay. Well, we'll talk about it off air.
Okay.
then.
Okay. Well, there you go. Thank you for all that. Can I? And are we done with this?
Yes.
That was in. No, I thought that was interesting. I don't know whether anyone's going to be able to copy a recipe from here, although I'll have to get the book themselves.
Well,
but
get the book. But if you're interested in a specific recipe, just message me.
And yeah, message Gemma. Also, you can go along to the Coronation Street blog and search recipes, and you can find some of our funny recipes that we wrote there, along with pictures and everything. I just want to see if I can appear on screen here. I'll see
No,
if
you
I'm
won't be
a
able
little
to.
bit. Here I am. Look, that'd be lovely. Right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. See ya. Say bye, Gemma.
Bye.
Bye. Woo.